Hello and welcome. Today on BoI Weekly, we're back to our coverage of the Bank of Industry's intervention in the healthcare sector as we bring you two hospitals in Abuja, the nation's capital, that have benefited from the Bank of Industry's interventions in recent times. Founded as a specialized orthopedic facility 11 years ago, Cedarcrest Hospital has now expanded its operations to a wider variety of clinical, diagnostic and support services, which include pediatrics, cardiology, dietetics, oncology, obstetrics and gynecology, radiology, physiotherapy and of course general medicine. With current operations in Abuja and Lagos, they're providing outstanding healthcare services to patients here in Nigeria and around the world. Also in Abuja, Modelcare Hospital is the beneficiary of the BoI Dangote Fund, through which the medical center was able to acquire a video laparoscopic system and is now able to provide state-of-the-art equipment used for minimal invasive surgery. What's more, Modelcare Hospital Abuja is your go-to medical center for a wide array of general medical services and surgical procedures. I am Kayode Alayande. Welcome to the program. This is Cedarcrest Hospital, Abuja, a modern specialist medical center. They provide high-standard healthcare services to patients within and outside Nigeria. They began operation in 2008 as a highly specialized orthopedic facility. As the practice grew, they began incorporating other specialties, especially those that relate directly with orthopedic and trauma surgery. This became necessary as the need arose to fill gaps created by lack of local specialist services in those areas. 11 years on, Cedarcrest has now become a multi-specialist medical center with operations in Abuja and Lagos, Nigeria, covering services like obstetrics and gynecology, radiology, rheumatology, ear, nose and throat surgery, dietetics, physiotherapy, and of course, general practice. Dr. Felix Ogedegbe is the MD, CEO and Medical Director at Cedarcrest Hospitals.
I believe we're a unique hospital because of our approach to healthcare. We believe that having worked in other parts of the world, I used to work in the UK, we believe that we can offer healthcare that is at par with what is obtainable in other parts of the world. We have brought this expertise and we've also brought the equipment that goes along with it. We also have engaged in training and retained a lot of very trained people because we believe that Nigerians who live in Nigeria should have healthcare that is at par with what is obtainable in other parts of the world. So what's special about us is that we've actually been able to show that highly specialized complex healthcare, particularly in surgeries, can be obtained here, can be done, and you can get the same kind of results that you also expect to get in other clients.
Since the vision for Cedarcrest is to give Nigerians at home access to world-class healthcare, the hospital has been able to encourage some of the millions of Nigerian medical experts and specialists spread all over the world to contribute back home. Consequently, they have put together a group of well-trained, highly skilled doctors and consultants who are supported by courteous nurses, imaging and laboratory scientists, administrative and ancillary staff who strive to give patients an unforgettable experience at Cedarcrest.
At any point in time, you have emergencies, whether road traffic accident or somebody who has just lost consciousness, they come to the emergency service, they have a doctor who can attend to them.
Cedarcrest had a vision of providing world-class healthcare in a local environment. And so our push is not from the hospitals around because we're not trying to be like any hospital here. We're trying to make sure that patients don't need to go abroad to get an international standard of care.
We're able to offer key gynecological procedures like uterine fibroid embolization, which is treatment of uterine fibroid without having to open up the patient for surgery. So this is a form of treatment not common in Nigeria.
We take care of all your optical needs. So we are talking about anything related to glasses, we are talking about your contact lenses, and then going to the ophthalmology part of it, we do both medical and surgical ophthalmology.
If a patient comes to Cedarcrest Hospital, irrespective of the problems, irrespective of the nature of investigation that the patient will go through, irrespective of the nature of treatment that the patient will demand, except in extreme cases, we want to be able to give the patient the maximum benefit of not having to go here and there.
The hospital also has a strong cardiology unit where evaluation and intervention surgeries are carried out, reducing the need for people to have to go abroad for medical attention.
In the cardiology unit, what we do is to evaluate people, talk to people, see their cardiac risk, take their history, and then intervene. So prevention is better than cure, so we like to prevent these diseases than getting to cure them, because Nigerians, we don't have that culture yet to donate organs. So if somebody has a heart failure or a person has probably end-stage heart disease, in most cases they die. But there are things that we are doing now. There are surgeries, intervention surgeries, pacemakers, and then that's therapeutic, that's treating those problems. And then the other things that we do, evaluation. So this is an echo machine, one of the devices we use just to look at the heart. It just shows the structure of the heart, the function of the heart, so we can see if you have a valve problem, we see if you have a hole in the heart, we see if your heart is functioning properly, we see if you have hypertension, if it's just sudden, or if it has gone on for long. So with technology, we're able to do a lot of things. So this is just one of the tools we get to play with. We have the ECG, stress test, so people that come with chest pain, we can evaluate them to know if it's something serious or not. And then we have some other tests. And then now we are doing intervention. So in this hospital, we are proud to have done some pacemakers. So patients that suddenly have problems with their heart, it's not beating regularly or beating as much as it should be, and they are weak or almost dying, we put a pacemaker in them, and then within hours they jump up and they are doing fine. So we do that, and we hope in the long run we'll be doing heart surgeries, open heart surgery. So it's very sad when you see kids with problems, no diagnosis, and then people going to India when we can do a lot of these things here.
Given the quality of care available at Cedarcrest hospitals, is their service affordable?
Well, for the kind of care that we give, I would say that we are affordable, because it's interesting that you actually will not compare the cost of care in Cedarcrest with the cost of care in, say, most government hospitals, but you rather compare the cost of care here with what you find in other parts of the world. And for the kind of procedures that we do, we are extremely affordable.
In all of these, Dr. Ogedegbe says the impact of the Bank of Industry's intervention is immeasurable and encourages other players in the healthcare sector to take advantage of BoI's support.
The Bank of Industry is a bank that has been set up to fund equipment and things like that for industry people like us. And I'm glad that you've had a very good interest in the healthcare industry. Some time ago, we approached the Bank of Industry for a loan to buy new equipment, and we were very, very happy that this loan was approved. This specialized equipment that would help us to extend again the reach, to extend the kind of procedures that we're able to do, like the bone densitometer and some other equipment, are things that are not commonly used in this environment. So we're happy that we have this loan, and we have this support, this wonderful support from the Bank of Industry. And we will see that by utilizing the proceeds of this loan, there will be less reason again for people to want to go abroad to look for any form of care. I think from a banking point of view and from access to funds, the point of view, the BoI intervention is a very good one. The interest rates are low. I'm not in a position to know how much has been invested in the overall health sector, but I think it's something that I would encourage that most of the healthcare providers try to assess, because interest rate is low and the documentation is quite straightforward. and low. Once the intentions are clear and the business plan is clear, I think that the Bank of Industry gets very interested. So for me, it's a very interesting proposition to have the Bank of Industry expand the way it funds healthcare right now, because I think that this will help us to further push the availability of healthcare services in this country.
Whilst in Abuja, the BoI weekly team stopped over at one intervention the Bank of Industry staged in the health sector. Modelcare Hospital and Consultants Limited is one of the latest beneficiaries of the bank's support. Incorporated on the 2nd of February 2015, the hospital was established to undertake healthcare delivery and medical services in obstetrics and gynecology, ear, nose and throat, as well as other minor and major surgical procedures. We met the chief promoter, a retired Major General, Dr. Samuel Ame, who's also the medical director of the hospital. As we pace the theatre floor, he shows me the facilities the Bank of Industry assisted them to acquire.
We render a wide range of services, starting from general outpatient services, general medical checkup, surgical services, general surgery, urology, orthopedic surgery, neurosurgery, pediatric surgery. We also render obs and gynecological services, pediatrics services, ENT, ear, nose and throat services, of course dental, eye services, and of course lab and pharmaceutical services. It's a wide range of services that we render.
We all know that accessing basic healthcare services in Nigeria and by extension Africa can be a bit daunting. Much less you operate within the Abuja city center, which precludes that your services might be a bit difficult to access, not because you want it that way, but because of how expensive the equipment are and all of that. Are you enlisted under the National Health Insurance Scheme?
The hospital, Modelcare Hospital, is accredited by National Health Insurance Scheme, and we partner with a lot of HMOs, health maintenance organizations. But it will interest you to know that one of our core values is to render affordable health service. And those who have enjoyed our services, I'm sure they will attest to the fact that our services are affordable.
You served in the Nigerian Army, and one would understand that your package after your retirement, it wouldn't have been enough, even if you had saved your entire salary in the course of your career, to set up a hospital like this. I'm interested, how did you raise funds to start a hospital in Abuja?
This is a group practice. Myself and other colleagues, consultants came together, coming together not only in, contributing our knowledge, but contributing finances to start this hospital. And where we ran into difficulties, we ran to organizations like the Bank of Industry to assist.
How did you approach the Bank of Industry?
We approached the Bank of Industry and told them our challenges, and they looked at it and were of the opinion that they could assist in the acquisition of equipment. And of course, with equipment, we could render quality care services to our clients and patients. And if we do that, then patients have quality of life. That is what medical practice is all about, improving quality of life. We cannot extend anybody's life for even 1 second If the quality of life is good, our services elsewhere will also be good.
When you approached the Bank of Industry, what was your intention? What did you want?
Of course, before approaching the Bank of Industry, we had some challenges on how we could acquire state-of-the-art equipment that will improve the quality of services we render to our clients and patients. And when we got there, they were willing to assist in the area of equipment purchase, and that was our challenge. So everything just fell in place. We approached them to assist us purchase laparoscopic equipment and also operating microscope equipment. These were the two requests we put forward.
All right, this is medical practice, but it's also a business. What business lessons have you learned in your interaction with the Bank of Industry, especially in the process of acquiring this loan? What new things have you learned about doing business?
I've learned to make sure that business records and business activities are all intact and are all correct. Because during the process of getting this loan, we were x-rayed from A to Z. Your relationship, your standings with CAC, pension, your controlling bodies like the health department and everywhere, taxes. So though it's health business, but it should fall in line with best practices. And I think I learned that, and it has been helpful. And if a colleague of mine wants to go into health business, I'll tell him, my friend, put everything right. Don't assume anything.
Yeah, I know that somewhat it might feel kind of awkward to talk about revenue when you're talking about health because it concerns people's lives. But can we just talk about how much impact this has brought in terms of influx of more people that you're able to help, because that also translates to your revenue. What's been the impact of this intervention?
The impact is this. Patients that will have referred out of this hospital to some other places to access this kind of services, we can attend to them now. And if we do that, of course, it's not for free. More revenue comes in. And I think it's better for us because we're also into business.
What fund at the Bank of Industry did you benefit from?
Bank of Industry facility and Dangote. We are told there are two parts to it. Dangote fund and Bank of Industry fund. There are two parts to it. The percentage is good, and the repayment period is also good. We have 36 months to repay. If we had gone to commercial banks, you probably want us to squeeze out that money within maybe 1 year or 2 years.
Medical tourism has become a serious business in Nigeria and also in Africa. But when you look at the medical industry in Nigeria, what troubles you the most?
I think it's the paucity of funds to upgrade our facilities, both public and private facilities, to a level that we can virtually handle cases that our brothers and sisters will present with. Paucity of funds. We have the experts. Some of us are very marketable outside this country. Infrastructure, if there's fund, you can acquire them. You can build purpose-built hospitals. Equipment, you can acquire or purchase equipment. And once you have this, What else?
I want us to look at the economic value of you having this equipment here in Nigeria. For instance, someone who needed their gallbladder removed through the minimal access approach would have had to travel to India or South Africa. Can you compare how much they might be saving?
If we didn't have it, such a patient will have spent roughly, well, I said 3 million or more, because he or she will go with somebody who will accompany him or her and pay for surgery, maybe pay for hotel accommodation for the few days before coming back, and transportation, airfare to and fro for 2 people, the hospital bill and all that cannot be less than 3-4 million. But with here, with 1/5 or 1/6 of that, surgery can be done. So we'll be saving foreign exchange.
All right, so what would you say to the Bank of Industry?
Thank you, Bank of Industry, for the financial assistance you gave us that enabled us to acquire the laparoscopic tower and the operating microscope. And we pray that when next we come, like Oliver Twist, you still listen to us and assist us. Assist others too. We are not selfish. I'm sure there are other healthcare providers that will want to also either purchase or upgrade their equipment.
Better days are ahead for businessmen as well as professionals looking to embracing entrepreneurship as the Bank of Industry continues to expand its dragnet of support to even the health sector. If you've ever dreamed of owning your own business, whether a hospital or even a quarry, or you're already at it, it's time to wake up and begin to make it happen or take it a notch higher. The future is here. Visit any of the Bank of Industry's branches closest to you or find out what opportunities lie there for you. Otherwise, log on to their website at boi.ng. With the Bank of Industry, you can apply for loans online. All you have to do is download the BoI SME Loan app from the Google Play Store and follow the instructions. For further information, feel free to tweet at me at KAY-Alayande. Now, previous editions of the program are all available on youtube.com. Just type BoI Weekly in the search area, and there you go. That will be our package for today. Many thanks for watching. I'm Kayode Alayande. Bye now.